Tonight, NBC4 getting answers after an officer caused a massive search for a shooter who never really existed.
The New Cumberstown police chief now tells NBC4 that Officer Brian Eubanks is fired from the department because he lied about a man shooting him during a traffic stop last week. NBC4's Rob Sneed joins us now from the Watch 4 Alert Desk. And Rob, I know you had a chance to speak with some members of the Eubanks family tonight.
Well, Colleen, it certainly wasn't a pleasant experience initially. A lot of yelling and screaming from his brother. But we eventually managed to have a conversation, and he told me off camera the family is trying to get Eubanks the help he needs, all while the department works toward moving forward.
I don't think I was targeted, but I believe that they didn't want to be caught at all costs. It wasn't that I was ambushed, but they were ready, just in case.
What you just heard from Officer Brian Eubanks is a complete lie, a fabrication, the New Cumberstown officer said a week ago, according to police. Instead of a suspect really shooting him, investigators say Eubanks shot himself in a suicide attempt. Peggy Durbin and others in the small town just found out the truth.
Kids are supposed to look up to the cops, but evidently you can't trust all of them.
Police Chief Gary Holland says he understands everyone's frustrations with this case. He says a lot of resources were used in the search for the supposed gunman. The FBI, BCI, and marshals all on the ground looking for someone who never really existed.
Disappointment.
Chief Holland says Officer Eubanks lied about investigating a meth lab operating out of a geo-tracker when the suspect shot him. In terms of the initial investigation in the officer-involved shooting, Chief Holland says there were discrepancies in Eubanks' story. Timelines weren't adding up, along with a few other things. To make matters worse, in the midst of this investigation, they brought into custody an innocent man. Officer Eubanks is now fired from the department, but Chief Holland says he can't help but have compassion for an officer that developed mental issues following an unrelated murder investigation. He's looking forward to his department moving on.
You think this shines on negative?
And I'm told Officer Eubanks is looking at criminal prosecution for lying about this officer-involved shooting. Live at the Watch 4 Alert Desk, Rob Sneed, NBC4.